Me and my boyfriend are doing long distance, but he now wants to have an open relationship.
What up, y'all?
Josh and Isi here once again
With another quality video. So y'all have been dying
begging
for us to bring back Therapy Thursdays.
Woo.
It has been a fat minute since we've done this. This is the type of video where we ask our followers to go ahead and submit some relationship advice questions they might have, and they want some Josh and Isi. Well, they want quality advice.
They want quality advice from a quality couple.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Not to toot our own horns or anything, but we've been through enough to where we can just share our 2 cents or our insights on like what you guys have in terms of questions or relationship questions like that. Now, disclaimer, we are not professionals. We are not therapists.
Right.
We cannot solve every relationship problem that you have. If you guys are having serious problems in a relationship, we recommend that you actually seek real therapy. But if you just need some friendly advice from a couple that's kind of gone through some things,
experiences
this
and
is
stuff.
the video for you.
Yeah, so without further ado,
let's go ahead and hop into this Therapy Thursday. These are like, I just want to say this real quick before we start this video. You guys came through with the questions, man. Like, these are actually like some decent questions, and there's a bunch of them.
We gotta do a part 2, low key. If y'all want a part 2, give this video a thumbs up and hashtag below part 2.
They're gonna do it.
Got y'all.
Okay, first question. What do I do if there's more differences than similarities?
With the partner?
Yeah, sort of like different political views or something like that. Now, the political views in this day and age right now.
Right. Sorry.
You all right? Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Political views in this day and age is like they're real polar. Just the presidents that we are having right now, it gets real iffy, okay, on that one. But sometimes you just have to ask yourself, in my opinion, sometimes you have to ask yourself, are these similarities something that help me improve? Right. Or are these similarities something that are toxic? Because I was a very hipster, hippie kind of guy. Yeah. And she was very organized. Big difference. Right. Especially because, like, I'm shoot from the hip. I need a plan.
Gotta have a plan.
Where are we gonna be from this time to this time? I'm like, well, I'm here. What's up? I got my water. Let's kick it.
So that's a big difference between us.
But it works. But it works. And I understood that if I wanted to be successful in life or in a relationship, I needed some organization. I couldn't bring that to the table. She did.
So you're basically explaining how some differences, if it shows improvement in your life and stuff, it's good.
If it shows improvement.
If it's something that's like detrimental or something that, I mean, you know yourself the best at the end of the day. You know when it's something that you can like tolerate and like get over or learn to accept, or something that just completely goes against your morals, values, and views. So like, you kind of got to ask yourself that.
You do. Because like you could say a negative situation is like their lifestyle choices are just trash.
Right.
Like, I smoke, drink every day, I party every day, I don't really care about anything else. Other than that, I'm chilling. The other person's very ambitious, where the other person's not ambitious at all. Remember year 4, that's what really almost broke us up. Those kind of differences were like, if you're very ambitious, you're a go-getter, you want to get to this money, and they're like, no, I'm trying to slow down, relax. You gotta know, either you're gonna be pulling them along for your relationship,
or they'll hold you back.
Or they're gonna hold you back.
How do I get my boyfriend to be more romantic, i.e. plan more dates, ? Love your channel. Thank you. I would say, so let me go back in my repertoire.
Yeah, I was about to say, what'd you do to me?
Yeah, to get you more. I think I kept pressing the situation though. I never let up until I started seeing you be more romantic.
Matter of fact, you kept hitting me with like, this is something I need from a future husband. Like, and I plan on being with you through those things. So like, it's something I need to see out of you.
Yeah, so would you say that it was the constant repetitive conversation of me bringing it up to you?
I think at first, I thought you were just kind of nagging me about being romantic, because I thought you were very hopeless romantic, like super hopeless romantic, to like, you were comparing me to Disney
No, like wanting something extravagant. No, romantic gestures for me is like when he wakes up before me and writes a love letter or a love note on his mirror or something like that. Or, you know, you bring me flowers randomly. It's not my birthday, it's not like Valentine's Day. You know, that type of stuff. That fulfills my heart.
And once she started like really opening up about the fact of like, she needs this out of like a relationship, that's like something she yearns for, and like she started putting her emotions behind it, and like how it really made her feel, then I had to start leveling with the fact that like I needed to step up.
Right. If you really care about the person, if they really care about you, they will step up.
You'll step up. Now, granted, it did take me a while for it to register that this was that important. I thought it was more so like, oh, you know, I feel like, because this is one of my first relationships, I felt like this was like an every girl thing. They wish that their man was just romantic every single day of their life. Like, so she's gonna keep saying it. But I had to take a self-check, and I think a lot of guys at some point will have to take a self-check if they want to make their woman as happy as possible.
Right.
If they truly care and they really know that you want them to be romantic, you just have to keep reiterating it to them.
Oh, you know what? Something else you said, i.e. plan more dates. Yes, that's something you can do, but also more so make a requirement that, okay, if you plan at least 2 dates out the month. If you're gonna do the first date, then he's required to handle the stuff behind the second date, what goes into it. What are healthy boundaries when it comes to opposite sex? What are toxic ones?
I think we've kind of stated this before. If they were there before you,
then kind of respect. You kind of gotta respect.
You kind of gotta respect it, but you have the right to assess what that relationship looks like.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people that be claiming this is my best friend. We be kicking it all the time.
Yeah.
We're having sleepovers and stuff too.
No,
like,
now that to me, well, I don't know if you call it toxic, but that's past the boundaries. Like having opposite sex sleepovers.
It's up to your comfort level.
Yeah.
I really think it's up to your comfort level, but at the same time, we have a thing. I'm not.
It's no new opposite sex friends now.
I'm just not. It's
with
just,
either of us. The opposite sex friends that we do have are also each other's friends.
Yeah, we have a like friend group.
Yeah, so it's not like I have an opposite sex friend that Josh isn't friends with. So that's just what worked out best for our relationship. But like he said, if it was somebody that was there beforehand, can't really say much, but you do have the right to feel away, or if you kind of see something that's a little bit off, you have the right to voice how you feel. But I will say, if you're gonna voice how you feel, don't say it in a like
get rid of him or me.
Yeah, him or me. No, don't do the him or me at all. That always turns
Ultimatums
south.
never work out in your favor.
And I was gonna say, it's how you say it, how you bring it to the table. Don't go automatically. What?
So which says how you said there is black.
Oh, it's the brow stuff. Don't go into the conversation saying like, you do this and you do that, you know?
Oh,
if you're already accusing them of something they probably didn't even do, then that's gonna go south too.
The second you start with accusations and like personal attacks, the first thing that any normal person will do is get defensive.
Right.
Close off, play the defense mode, or they'll return on the attack. And then it just never really turns out good in anybody's favor. Me and my boyfriend are doing long distance, but he now wants to have an open relationship.
Oh, wow. If that is not what your heart desires at the end of the day, if you're not comfortable with it, you can't do it. You just can't do it. You really can't, because you're not being true to yourself. And I know that's probably a really sticky situation because you want to be with that person, but clearly they're not okay with just being with you. And you deserve better than that. If that's not like what you envisioned for your relationship to ever be, I highly suggest you not go that route.
The reason why I'm so like distraught right now is because if he's saying that, I think it's already kind of happened.
Like something might have been in his ear a little bit.
Either somebody's in his ear, something's in his ear, or like...
Yeah, that doesn't come out of nowhere.
That doesn't just come out the blue.
That's true. Like, hey, in the future, if maybe, like with this... that's true.
Like something tells me like that tea is already cooking.
Dang, girl. You deserve better than that. If you want a monogamous relationship, that's not the move.
That's not.
You should run from that very quickly.
Anybody that's long distance and then says open relationship, that's basically, that's the
it's
nicest
over.
way of them saying it's over.
Yeah, or they still want you
when
to have in their back pocket.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
and that's not cool.
That's not cool at all, man.
Gotta know your worth. How do I know if someone is actually interested in me? You know what? The older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing, I won't say that it's a stupid question. It's definitely not a stupid question, but it's a question that a lot of us girls tend to ask. But the answer is very simple. Very simple. A person will show and prove to you through all their actions that they are interested.
Notice she did not say words.
Yeah, nah, that don't mean nothing.
I'm telling you right now, the ain't-ish community and the get you a Josh community, both of those communities know how to use their words, but only one of them backs it up with actions. I think for a while, I was kind of like a talker. You said, no, you gonna put feet to words. You gonna
otherwise I'm out.
You just blowing smoke. Yeah. But that was like the MO with a lot of the guys you dealt with. They just kind of blew a lot of smoke. Yep. Push came to shove and actions came to front for it.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I feel like if a guy likes you, he won't have to say nothing.
Right, you'll know he's interested.
There will be actions upon actions that do that. Small acts of kindness. Figures out what your favorite food is, gets it for you.
Consistently hits you up. It's not you questioning like, oh, I haven't heard from him in a few days, blah, blah, blah. Somebody, like, think about the same way girls, when you start to like a guy, it's vice versa too. You're on their mind a lot. They want to talk to you often, blah, blah, blah. It's the same mannerisms if somebody really likes you and is interested. If they're just playing games, they will show you through the games they play, i.e. you're questioning their actions or why they haven't talked to you in a while or why they're acting funny. When you got to go through an entanglement, I wouldn't say relationship because she said just interested, so it's not a relationship, but just that talking stage with someone, if you're at the point where you have to question a lot of how they're feeling about you, that's probably how they feel. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be very clear and intentional.
Take it how
yeah, exactly. Do you think guys can be a distraction when trying to achieve your goals? I think that's a good question.
I think guys and girls can be distractions.
I was gonna say, but not if you're with the right person. Because I grinded the hardest I ever have in my life in terms of YouTube and the career I created for myself when I got with you.
Yeah,
but you were someone who was supportive and you had your own life too.
Yeah.
I think they won't be a distraction if they have their own individuality. I think it gets lost in translation when there's just one person kind of on the grind mode and another person, like, their life is their relationship. It's easy to always get the, where are you? You're not texting me back. When somebody understands your grind because they have a grind too, there's a different frequency that you guys are operating.
I think it's a matter of that relationship. Luckily, we were equally yoked in that department.
Right.
I know from a guy standpoint, women can definitely be a freaking distraction to getting to your goals.
Really?
Freaking distraction. Because all you're thinking about is like, who's coming over tonight? Who I have to take
you're saying if you're single and
juggling multiple conversations, multiple energies, trying to keep multiple women, because dudes be going for multiple. It's not just one. They're not fixated on one. They're trying to be fruitful and multiply, whatever that is. That takes a lot of time and effort. And I see a lot of guys at Papado that be giving a lot of time and effort to like that part of their lives. If you look at like, what do you do for a living? Like, what are your goals and aspirations? And give me the same answers. Get money, get women. They use other expletives, but you know what I'm saying?
Well, you can just read your own situation. Like we said earlier, we're kind of just basing it off of our personal experiences. So when I think of that question, do you think guys can be a distraction when trying to achieve your goals? I do think it can be, but I have had a positive outcome of being with someone but still being able to achieve my goals.
Yeah, if it's the right person.
Right.
It could be the wrong person if they're like constantly making you guess where they're at, what they're doing.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So this girl said, I don't like when my boyfriend smokes, but at the same time, I don't want him to be unhappy. ... How should she handle that?
Are you unhappy? Like,
well, she says she doesn't like it, so that might make her kind of unhappy, I guess, depending on how often he does it and stuff.
I think at this point you have to ask yourself a question: is it something that you can tolerate?
Right, or is this gonna always irk you?
Always gonna irk. If it's always gonna irk you, I guarantee you, 3 years down the line, you're gonna be done. Be over it. It's gonna bug you over and over like a snowball effect until it's like you're over it. If you can tolerate it, think long-term tolerate. Don't think short-term tolerate. Think long-term tolerate. You can long-term tolerate and go ahead and have a conversation. Maybe he can like keep it away from you. Yeah,
keep it away or dial back a little bit.
Dial back,
I think too, there kind of has to be a reason behind it. Do you feel like there needs to be a reason?
Nowadays most people are recreational with it, so I don't know if there's necessarily
a reason she should bring him. Like when she has a conversation with him, should she kind of have a reason why she has a problem with
something I've noticed with a lot of habitual smokers, if they let it get out of hand, their ambition and their work ethic
is trash. So if that's kind of what's going on with your boyfriend, maybe in a loving way, because like we said, you never want to approach situations with like aggression or coming for somebody's neck, but just kind of say like, I'm ambitious and I see a future for us and blah, 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 blah. But the way you're operating, the frequency you're operating at because of blah, blah, blah.
All your money's going to weed.
Right. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Why you have a problem with it.
If you're going to come to his attention about that, then you need to have a valid argument.
Right.
But again, this is like, it's not just his happiness you need to be concerned about. Yeah. It's your happiness too. So like, you deserve to be just as happy as him. So at the end of the day, if you can't tolerate it, go ahead and get up out of there.
Yeah.
Or you present it to him. And if he's not willing to give it up, he obviously shows where his
heart is at, how he feels, how important you are. Yeah, priorities, exactly.
He kind of shows where that's at. I can answer this one very fast. She said, I'm the only one catering to a relationship that he doesn't even want. Love you guys, by the way. This is a perfect opportunity for you to leave.
You just literally typed out what the issue is.
Yeah, I think sometimes maybe you just have to hear yourself
from somebody else. We're telling you to leave.
We're telling you,
absolutely,
get out. Gosh, it's sad to say that a lot of people stay in relationships due to complacency or like they feel like they're not gonna find anybody better.
Right, and you put so much, it's history too.
Yeah.
If you've been with the person for a long time and y'all got longevity, then it's like, how could I leave? But it's like, this is the only life, this is how I be viewing all, like pretty much every aspect in life. This is the only life that we know of that we have. So I personally refuse to be unhappy in a relationship, in a friendship, in a career situation, you know, like it's no point of wasting your time with stuff that isn't fulfilling you or making you happy or that's very one-sided. I can go on and on about that, but bottom line, the short answer is what Josh said, get out. Somebody said, if me and my partner argue too much in a relationship, is that a sign to get out? Girl, you must not have watched your 1, 2, 3, or 4 of our relationship.
Sometimes I feel like arguing may be healthy depending on how you go about
how you argue is very, Pay
attention to how you argue.
Absolutely.
Because like we argued, but we did it in like
never disrespectful.
It was never disrespectful. Yes, there was high emotion, but it never got to the point where I was calling her out her name.
I feel like we barely even yell at each other. Our tones might heighten slightly, but both of us would be like, check your tone.
Yeah, be like, you hit about an 8 right there. I'm gonna get you back at that 4 you were chilling at. I would definitely say pay attention to how you argue and then pay attention to what you argue.
Get out of my head. I was just gonna say, what is it that, because for us, when we used to argue, I even call it bicker, because I feel like argue was like some deep stuff. Deep. We would bicker over the color blue versus red.
Small stuff,
you know, if it's small stuff, I think that's kind of normal sometimes in a relationship if you're bickering. For me, I just got to a point, and you kind of like confrontation. Josh was like a debater type of person.
I was.
And I was completely like, bruh, I don't want to debate with you every single day or bicker with you over like blue and red type stuff. So you just gotta, like Josh said, what is it that you're arguing about? How is it that you guys are arguing? If you're arguing over kind of deep stuff like infidelity, lack of ambition consistently, if it's like real stuff that will hold you back in life, you know, then I think that's a little bit different. You should view that in a different lens, that arguing, versus like if it's petty stuff like food or whatever. There's a big difference.
I would say though, a good argument can show you a person's true colors. And I feel like that's why I say like you could potentially say that arguing or bickering is sort of healthy. You kind of need to know each other's buttons. In those first 2 years, I found out all your buttons. I found out like where my comedy could hit. I kind of knew when I'm pushing the limits of like when I'm about to get on your nerves.
Right.
I know my lines and boundaries now, so I can move within this little space.
Right.
And I know my freedoms as to like not hurting you emotionally. Whereas back then, I was just all over the place, just crossing lines, like making jokes and then realizing like that wasn't the joke of the day. And then like just knowing that that's coming back on my face. So like,
what are you arguing about?
What are you arguing about and how do you argue?
And if you're arguing, try to figure out what the solution will be too, because we don't even bicker or nothing anymore. We finally found common ground where we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, we even get like, before we even start bickering, we just looking, we're like, let's go ahead and shut this conversation down.
Yeah, like it's...
Let's just move on.
But that's 5 years into it too. So it's a lot of things to assess. How long y'all been together, how you guys communicate with each other, etc. But if it's an ongoing argument or an issue that just keeps resurfacing, you might need to look into if this person is for you. Somebody said what to expect when meeting the parents for the first time. I think that I dang near didn't really have an expectation.
Yeah, you should kind of clean slate that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go into it with an expectation.
You don't know people's paradigms.
Right.
There are billions of people.
Right.
And we all live
different lives. Nobody's storyline is exactly the
same. So you really can't go on with an expectation of like, I'm about to meet the Parkers.
I will say all you can really do is control how you act. Like what is their first impression of you going to be? That's the only thing you have control over.
Work more on self when it comes to that. Just put your best foot forward and that shows your character because that's all you really can control in that situation. And
then you assess after that because like just like you're interviewing for them, they're also interviewing for you because if this is somebody you're trying to think like, oh, maybe we can do this long term. Just know long term means those people will probably end up being your in-laws. So it's an interview both ways, but they don't need to know that, you know? Just put your best foot forward.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I need to get this one out the way.
What?
Do you believe that in order for a relationship to work, the couple's zodiac signs must click?
No. And you know, you want to tell the story about it?
We read our zodiac signs and it's basically said we would never work.
It didn't say never, it said it was gonna be hard.
It said it was gonna be extremely tough, extremely hard. Like we'd probably be going back and forth over a whole bunch of stuff.
However, and for those who probably don't know, Josh is an Aquarius, I'm a Virgo. I was gonna say, however, we did start as friends, so they didn't account for that. They accounted for just a Virgo and an Aquarius coming together and then boom type stuff. Because some of the stuff that I read made sense. You have those mannerisms, but I feel like because we were friends, we already incorporated each other in a way that worked. And at the end of the day, on some 100, 1000 with Millie stuff, zodiac signs don't matter that much. They're a cute thing to discuss and talk about, but like humans at their core, you connect with the other human. It's not a matter of you connecting with their zodiac sign.
The zodiac sign thing only works as much as you buy into it.
And to me too, now that I think about it, saying like, oh, I'm not gonna possibly go in a relationship with this person because their zodiac sign is the same ignorant stuff colorists do. Like, oh, I'm not gonna date this person because they're a darker skin tone. You can be missing out on an amazing person just because they're not the skin tone you would like or the zodiac sign that you think would work for you.
We could have a whole video.
Yeah, honestly, as you can see, I'm like real passionate, but yeah, it's not that deep.
That junk be blowing me. Love is love at the end of the day, y'all. Y'all can't be basing off zodiac signs. Y'all missing out on your love.
All right, y'all, last one. Do you guys believe in messing with somebody for just entertainment?
This is my thing. If you're gonna be on some just entertainment thing, give the other party the courtesy of knowing that.
That's a fact.
Because who knows? You might both be on some just entertaining things, and then next thing you know, it kind of works into something different.
Full transparency, though.
Full transparency is key if you're gonna be on I call that ain't-ish time. Just because you're kind of playing with somebody's emotions at that point. If you don't tell them, hey, I'm not really serious about anything right now. I'm just kind of, going with the wind, going with the flow, free with the birds kind of thing.
My answer would be part of what Josh is saying for sure. But the other part I was gonna say, for me personally, I never have been the type of person that I'm a relationship person. I know that about myself. I don't really care for the single life and messing with multiple people stuff. Everybody in this life is different. So yeah, definitely if you view things differently, do what Josh did, just be fully transparent. But she said, do you guys believe in messing with somebody just for entertainment? If you are someone who wants a long-term relationship or yearns for a relationship and a companion, then I think you're wasting your time if you do that. So I don't believe in doing that if you're somebody who is a relationship person, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And that goes back to also, do men or women distract you from your goals? If you're doing this for entertainment purposes,
that's a fact.
It's not really getting you anywhere in life.
That's a fact.
It might get you a little bit of experience under your belt, and it might get you to like realize some things that you do or don't like in your relationship. But in terms of like goals outside of a relationship, it does nothing for you. And it kind of just wastes your time.
But yeah, y'all, that is all we have for you guys. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We had tons left. So honestly, if you guys want a part 2, hash that in the comment section below and we will get that to you guys very quickly, actually.
We are going to get you guys a part 2 very quickly. Very sorry, I have to go to work.
Yeah, that's why we're kind of like, we gotta get
really
going.
rushing this one. But other than that, I'm Hydrated Hero. She's African Beauty. Together with Josh and EC. Now you can follow one of us. You can follow 2 of us. You can follow 3 of us. You might as well follow all 3 of us because we're happy, healthy, and hydrated on all 3. Till we meet again. Peace, love, hair grease, and we out.
Right there.
Right there. I'm looking at it. Subscribe. You want to click that button.
You know you
click it.
Also, check this video out right here. You might as well.
That's quality.
Quality content.
It's quality.
And
of course,
you might as well be right here.
You might as well be right there. Because this one's quality too.
All this quality.
You click anything you want. Quality.